In this episode, we are going to be doing a few things, actually. So, in the last episode, we did the Guardian Ocean Monument stuff. We cleared out all the water above it. In this episode, we're going to remove the monument that's left, and we're going to empty it out, getting ready to build the farm. Now, you might be surprised when I say that this is not going to be enough chests for all the prismarine and stuff we need to save. So, I'm going to go ahead and craft another 32 plus 8, so 40. 40 chests. That should be enough for every block that we get from this monument. Try to keep it all organized so that when we need to grab the blocks later on for the farm, we'll know where everything is. So yeah, let's just get rid of this stone platform. There we go. The beacon can probably stay here. Don't see a point to move it down. We don't need to mess with it at this point. Yeah, I think we'll just get started and start breaking this thing. So I think if we take off the top layer, I'm just going to go down until we get to the water part and see how that goes. I just want to talk a bit about 1.16 and the plans for this server. So from my understanding, the staff aren't going to update it just yet. They're going to wait until their plugins for moderation are updated. That usually takes a few weeks, I think. And then once that's done, they're going to reset the nether and update the world on the server. And once we do that, we're going to have to wait for probably Optifine and some of the mods that we use to also get updated, which should be done by then. In the case that they're not, there might be a little bit of delay in videos. Not too sure yet. But that's the basic plan for the world. And then we're going to have to go exploring and see all these new features that everyone's on about. See, I'm going to be honest and say that everything since the aquatic update is basically new to me. I have not been following Minecraft news very well recently. So yeah, expect me to be a very confused player when that update drops. Like I haven't even done anything with bees yet, and that's pretty new still to me. Everyone's probably gotten over that by now, but I haven't even touched them. So yeah, I think to finish this off, we're going to do a time lapse again. I know you all seem to love those. Just going to put on some chill music and finish off mining as much of this as we can. We've only got about 3 to 4 hours to do this before the server restarts, and I'm going to probably cut the video there. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get started. that note, we have now destroyed and drained the entire monument. There should be currently nowhere for any of these guardians to spawn. All the ones that were alive have jumped down here. And it looks like as well there's a few slime chunks in the area, so we're going to have a small little slime farm built into the finished guardian farm once it's ready. But now I've gone through about 2 pickaxes, so we're going to go and repair those right now. So I've done a little bit of research, and I'm really liking the look of this design of Guardian Farm right here. So it looks like it's by Iscal85, and I'm going to be following a tutorial by Focus. So yeah, check him out if you want to see the design and more on it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like it looks interesting the way that the Guardians go up and then they go back down. It looks pretty efficient as well. Obviously, it's probably in a very like flat world or something. But yeah, the way they spawn, it looks like it would work really well. So I think that's what we're going to build on the server. So the very first step with this farm design is to, of course, find the middle. So we're going to do a little diagonal line from each corner until we meet in the middle and find where our center is. Looks like this is the center. These 4 blocks right here. It's a 2x2 area, so there's no exact absolute middle block, but that's how Guardian Ocean monuments work. I've just lit up the whole floor as well to make sure we don't get any unwanted visitors during building this farm. I think my 2 colors are going to be cyan and black. So yeah, with the black, I think we'll have some glass so we can see the Guardians, kind of like in the video I just showed off. We're going to probably use blue stained glass because I think that's one of the most transparent ones that will blend well with the water. Just have to see who sells it. There's actually 3 different types of blue glass, and I think the best looking one here has got to be cyan, honestly. And I think this will suit our area quite well. They're 2 diamonds each, yeah. And that should be enough. Perfect. Progress update. We've got the border, like most of the border of the tank's done. I've just run out of concrete, so I'm going to go grab some more now and keep going with this. We got the glass finished completely. And now we're going to start adding in the water and doing some of the stuff inside the tanks. So yeah, it's getting there. We'll move on with it. Yes! No way. And I've just finished the water. And we got Guardians spawning. Look at that. It's working. It's working. So we've now kelped up like the water, so it's all made of source blocks now, and it has the bubble columns running through it with the soul sand on the bottom, and we're getting a bunch of Guardians at the top right there. So this thing looks like it's working perfectly. We just have to finally do the last part, which is the area which the Guardians will make their way into, because at the moment they're just shooting up and falling down here, which isn't very good. So yeah, we're going to get through that and move on to the next part. So yeah, we just got the roof done, and I actually modified the tutorial design a little bit. I made it 1 block taller because the original design wanted it to be on this block right here, I think. And that would have made it so that these 4 blocks were higher than the rest of the farm. Or it was the other way around, I don't remember. But yeah, it's all nice and even now, and I think that looks better. I've added some sea lanterns. I'm going to have to do some research to see if that affects the spawning rates of them. But it looks like it's working quite well if you have a look over here. Tons of Guardians. We're getting heaps of prismarine stuff dropping from the entity cramming. They're killing each other, basically. And yeah, this thing's going to be super good once we get the XP part of it built. Bit of a weird one here. Apparently, to increase the efficiency of the farm, you have to place this string 3 layers thick all around the glass. I guess this works by blocking the sunlight, because I know with Guardian farms, the Guardians spawn more frequently if they're not exposed to direct sunlight. That is the water, of course, is not exposed to direct sunlight. And I guess this somehow tricks the game into thinking it's not exposed to direct sunlight. It's very strange, just placing string around it. And I think that's it. It's really hard to tell with this hitbox. Like if you try and place string, it goes to the wrong spot because you can't see where you're placing it. It's such a pain. I do not like the hitbox of string, but there we go. That's done. That should improve the efficiency of the farm as long as I don't destroy any of the any of the string while breaking this. So here's my plan. This area here is going to stay open, like this little cutout. We're going to have a staircase going down here. We're going to obviously decorate all this better. There's not going to be any stone or sand or prismarine on the floor. So staircase going down, 4x4 piston door, walking into a massive guardian killing chamber. It's going to have about 100, maybe even 200 chests worth of storage, like a automatic sorting system, about 200 chests. And a switch to go between auto kill and XP mode so we can get XP. And yeah, that should be perfect. Let them get through. And then we're going to kill these guys. I don't have any lava. Actually, it might be easier to just like literally whack them because I have sweeping edge on my sword. So it can't be that bad. Yeah, there we go. Last one. Perfect. So now I can dig that down and go on. Just doing the redstone for the auto kill mechanism. This little clock here that fires every few seconds. Around 30 seconds I think it is. And it powers this redstone signal here, which should deactivate this torch. But as you'll see, it doesn't do that. So I've posted in the Discord asking if there's anything that would prevent this from working, and Fem's come on to help me out. So hopefully there's a solution. Maybe we'll have to build a different design to open the little area here. So we got the redstone sorted. Turns out it was just this repeater here. It needed to be on a delay longer than 1 tick, and that solved the problem. I also messed around with the redstone a bunch, added the extra features that I wanted from it. These are a little custom, but I've got the standard auto kill switch to XP manual mode. So when it's on auto kill, they just drop down, kill themselves with fall damage. And when you switch it, like if you imagine the floor was built, it's not yet, but if it was, you'd be here, you'd be trapped in, so they couldn't knock you back, and you'd just whack them like that. When you want to leave, you just flick it off. And when you're attacking them in XP mode, the thing still drops the loot down every 60 seconds. So I added a little force closed button so that the guardians don't drop down when you're trying to get XP from them, which is a nice touch, I think. So there we go. I'm just going to do some decoration, think of some designs, and see what we get. So I've got some basic little water elevators going for the moment. I might add in some form of redstone elevator later on, but like for now, this seems to work fine. For the floor, it's a bit of a drop, so I'm going to add some hay bales because these reduce fall damage, and we're going to cover all these up with carpet on top. So let me do that. So I've just done the redstone for the door, and if we hit this lever, it closes and it opens. Nice. So I've started work on the floor and kind of thought a bit about the general layout of the room and how I want it. Obviously I plan to replace all the walls and stuff, of course, but I'm running out of the concrete powder stuff I'm using. Even right there I've run out, and I want to put some here and I've run out. So I'm gonna have to go mining for some diamonds so we can buy more, but of course the beacon's all the way up there, so we're gonna move the beacon down. So I'm thinking the beacon should be going right here, so 1 block away from this, right about there. Is this centered? Yep, that should do. We'll have a double beacon going here, so we'll obviously have to save up diamonds to get another beacon, but once we do that, it should be centered. For now, we'll just have the one shining through so we can have haste for mining. We got the beacon set up here, so now we're just going to drop down, take like no fall damage at all, and we're going to see if we can find some actual diamonds. All right, let's go. Wow, already 1, 2, 8 diamonds. Wow. So I got about a stack and a bit of diamonds from mining, and I've just bought some grey concrete powder and light grey concrete. I think these two will go well together, using them as the walls for the guardian farm, like the actual room. And I think if we add some details to the walls, it'll be even better. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on. And we've decorated the room a bit. So we've got a ceiling on. I have to light that up a bit. We've got walls over here and here. We got the glass elevators in. I have to hook up the redstone still. We got some chests. These are probably going to go up to like here where we can't reach them anymore. I've got some little LEDs in here for the sorting system. I've got an exit button so we can open the door and we can close it from the inside. And yeah, I've still got to do all the chests and put in some walls behind it and do all of the redstone. So yeah, that's what we're looking at now. I have just dug out a massive area for all of the redstone to go. This is just the redstone for the door and stuff, but we got to do all of the sorting system. So that's about 5 blocks of space they need behind the chests. And also left some space open over here. We're probably gonna expand this out a bit so that it goes underneath the whole monument. Like the whole thing is uncovered. That will give us a lot more space to work with and just open up this area a lot. I think that would be quite cool. But yeah, now I've got to do all the redstone for the sorting system. And I think we'll be done. Pickaxe is about to break again, but we have found 23 diamond ore, and this is the current state of my underground mine. Yeah, pretty big at this point, yeah. And I've moved the beacon like 3 times from there to there to there, and that's how we've gotten, like this is as far as the beacon range goes. Like we don't have the beacon effect now, we go over here. We should get it in a second, there we go. That's about as far as I'm willing to go that way. So yeah, the mine is expanding. Quite a successful mining trip by the looks of it. Another 56 diamonds, which we'll probably spend instantly, knowing me. But yeah, that should be enough to get enough wood to make all the hoppers. And hopefully actually get this redstone done, finally. I was just mining some wood for some more chests to make hoppers. And I stumbled across this thing. I killed the captain, who is now gone, obviously. And I've got the effect Bad Omens. So I think we'll go to a village and do a raid. There's a village around here, I think, that no one owns. So I'll just head over there and I might bring Jeff in, see if we can get some good loot from it. The raid has begun.
What's the village? Oh, let's go.
Click on one of these beds real quick in case you die. He's dead. No, I swear they're supposed to drop books sometimes. I haven't got any books.
I don't know, but there's one still alive.
Oh, they're over this way. Server's restarting. That's not convenient.
No, that's not very convenient. That's in like two minutes. First, we gotta do this within like 2 minutes.
Oh, is that it? Have we done it? I think we have. I think we might have done it. Well, here's what we got. I've got a crossbow with piercing and I'm breaking 3 more crossbows, 4 of the ominous banners, stuff from witches, that's useless, and I got a saddle. We might be able to get a horsey. That'd be nice. Alright, so I've just linked up all of these hoppers and items appear to be flowing through correctly. If we take a look on the inside of the system, right over here, the elevators are also activated now. These items are flowing up on both sides. We're having a bit of trouble with the efficiency at the moment. I'm going to have to work on that in a minute. But yeah, this is working perfectly. So I've just made a bunch of changes to his Guardian farm. A lot of them are behind the scenes with the redstone, but some of them are visible from in here and they're pretty cool, I think. So I'm just going to give you a little idea of how it all works. So you come over here. If you want XP, you pull down this lever, the Guardians will all get stuck here. But as you can see, it's a little inefficient at the moment, and I'll explain why that is later. But it does work, and you whack them, and you won't get knocked back because of these blocks. But it will still drop the loot down, as you just saw. If you don't want that to happen, you can force it closed, and that will keep this closed permanently. And you can also have auto kill on. I mean, these blocks up right here, so you don't get knocked back either. So let's say the loot is like stuck here. It auto drops down like that after when you're done. Or you could throw it in over here. Or you can put it in this chest and it will go into the sorting system automatically. But let's say you're clumsy and you drop some of your tools into the farm by accident. Well, normally all the items go up here through these elevators. I've changed these to water because the water is actually... like, it loses less items. Like, it doesn't lose any items, I don't think. Whereas the glass elevators are a bit lossy, and you lose some of the items at the hoppers at the top. these ones seem to be perfect. They just go straight into the hoppers up there. That's how that works, and I've done it for all the elevators in use in this system. While we're waiting for those swords and tools to come back, I'm going to show you 2 new things I've added. Here is the enchantment table. It opens up from the floor, and you can get level 30 enchantments here. I don't have anything to test, but that is the level 30 enchantment table. You can close it like that. I also added this lever right here. This will give you free cooked fish. And you just turn it off when you're done. And that basically just collects the fish from this chest and fills it up. There's not much items in the system yet at the moment. This thing has only been just like set up. Like the sorting system has just been activated, so not much is flowing through at the moment. We've got the standard sorting system status. This is when items flow through the hoppers down at the bottom. So it tells you that everything's working, everything's going through. You may notice this one though, maintenance mode. To enable maintenance mode, we have to open up the redstone door. There was one over here, but I've since moved it. So if we have a look right here between these 2 chests, there's a little button. If you press that, the floor opens up. You can see aside from these 3 slabs, which I've had to use because of the floor, this thing is completely seamless. Like you can see the walls and you can't see into the redstone until you go out. But yeah, our items have just arrived in this chest. There we go. So the way this works is it's just non-stackable items get sorted and separated. So if you throw in your armor or a totem or something, or even a shulker box, that would go in through down there and come out this chest instead of going into the sorting system. So we take a look down here. This is the redstone access. We can close this behind us if we want. When this is open, maintenance mode gets enabled, as you can see right there. So we close this up. So this is basically the entrance to all the redstone area. Now I did say I was going to clear out all of the area underneath it, like all this stone, which I still am going to do, but I'm experimenting with the idea of a slime farm because there's a lot of slime chunks around here which I have to work out. I'm not too sure where exactly they are. I know that some slime spawn here and also in the other corner, but I have to do some like work to actually figure out exactly where they can and cannot spawn. Then we might do some slime farm layers going up and down and might have this as a guardian and slime farm, which I think would be pretty cool. At the very least, I have to get rid of all this stone going to bedrock, and I have to make it so slimes do not spawn on the redstone and stuff, because that's very annoying and very noisy. That's the only noise this farm makes, apart from the guardians, when you have the thing in manual XP mode. But yeah, that's how that works. There's also a little switch here to lock the door if you want to lock the piston door. This just forces it closed so no one can get inside. I wouldn't recommend that because then people will try and find their own other way in. So yeah, we don't do that. You may notice this sign over here. This is because I built this farm twice and I broke it twice, and then Jeff built it once and I broke it again. And it wasn't on purpose. It was because I was placing the roof and I was doing some of the redstone for these buttons to open it. And that kind of just screwed up the whole thing. This thing is very sensitive. You got to be super careful when you walk around this thing. You break one thing, you trip one observer, it's going to like screw up the whole thing. It's very delicate. But yeah, thank you for Jeff for fixing it. After I gave up after building it like the 3rd time. Oh yeah, it works perfectly now. That's all that matters. So if we close that up, and I want to talk about the efficiency. So the efficiency is much lower than you've seen in the previous clips, and that is because we're currently running on Minecraft 1.16.1. The server is just updated, and although the server is running fine, you can see the TPS is 19 right there, and there's not even many players on. It's about, what, 5 or 6? The reason that the farm isn't very efficient is because there's currently an issue with hostile mob spawning. And yeah, even the end farm on the server is really broken at the moment. We're not entirely sure why, but we're hoping it can be fixed with updates. Aside from that, we're now on the Nether update, so there's a bunch of things I want to check out in the Nether. I'm being attacked by phantoms. So unfortunately, I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to head off to the Nether and start doing some netherite mining and stuff like that. That will be in the next episode of the Survival Series if you want to catch that. But for now, that's going to be all. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Oh, this looks sick. Look how big it is.